Hi everyone, this is Ariane with my fourth scrapbooking process video. In this video I'm using the last bits of my January It's Cold Outside Scraptastic kit. And I don't have a lot left in this kit. I have some journaling cards, a few of the embellishments. As you can see, mostly just bits. I don't hardly have any pattern paper. And the base pattern paper that I'm using right now is actually from the Just Breathe kit, and I couldn't make it work in those layouts. So I thought I'd use it up in this kit, and that'll be done. It'll be used up. And here I'm cutting apart my photos. I have 5 photos here that I'm trimming up. I'll end up only using 4 on my layout. These are really old photos. They're from our first Christmas after my husband and I had got married. And these photos were taken a little bit before Christmas, after we put up our Christmas tree in our basement apartment, our first apartment. And here I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to lay out these pictures. And like I said, right now I have 5 photos, but after fiddling around with them a little bit, I decided to only use 4 of the photos. And here I'm just trimming them up. My trimmer wasn't working that well, but still used it. I'm just making sure they fit together well, the photos. And I end up taking this navy cardstock out, which didn't come in the kit. This one is from my stash, but it fit perfectly with all the papers and embellishments from this kit. So I've used it as for layering and for framing out my pictures on many layouts. And I'm going to do it again on this one. And here I decided to use my scissors because it's just easier. And these are the original photos that I printed off. I still have the negatives though, so these days I turn them into digital copies. I don't mind. I didn't mind cutting them apart and making a layout. They look a lot better now. And here, this was my biggest piece of pattern paper, and I decided to use it to just add a little bit of framing to the photo. I didn't really like the paper with this layout, so I'm covering most of it up. But that way it gets used. And that's my goal with this layout, to use as much as I can. And that one journaling card, I'm going to use that to put my title on. I really like the colors, and it fits with the theme of this layout, with the little trees at the bottom and stuff. And I use some of the other journaling cards. I use the B side. So those blue cards that I have in the corner, I just flip them over. Those were journaling cards. So I just fiddle around with the layers, trying to see how I like them. Once I'm starting to be a little bit more comfortable with the layers, I start gluing some down. As you can see, I'm using different glue this time. I got myself another little glue roller. This one is, it's an Elmer's. Elmer's repositional glue. It kind of allows you to play a little bit more because you can, if you don't like it, you can lift up the pieces. You're not stuck with it only being one way. So here I changed the layers on the bottom here. I had glued them down and changed my mind. Didn't like it that way. I'm really trying to use that little bit with the birds on it. I really like it, but we'll see where it goes. And here I decide that I need to add some red into my layout. So I'm using little bits of red cardstock that I have. I cut it apart a little bit more. And most of this red is going to end up being covered up. But I wanted to add it because I needed that little bit of pop of color, and it kind of gives something also for some of my embellishments to lay on, you know, not just the plain background paper. Helps them pop up a little bit more and gives them a little bit more detail. So here I'm just going to adjust it a little bit, but I pretty much like the way it is now. So I'm going to glue this big thing down and glue down my journaling card. And now I'm going to start adding embellishments to my page. Here I am cutting apart the Ormaloo cut aparts that came in the kit. But I don't think I end up using any of them. I try to put this card down. I really had a hard time using those cards from Fancy Pants. They were part of the Timberland collection, but I didn't find they matched very well. So I only used part of one, and I still have all the other ones. But I'll just go with my stash of my Christmas stuff. And here I'm using my EK Success powder jewel on my stickers. I'm trying to use up as many stickers out of this big sticker sheet because I really don't want to have to put it away with a ton of stickers on it. So my goal is to use as many of them on this layout. So I put the trees down, and there's two big saying, keeping cozy and snuggle time. So I'm going to use those. And I'm putting those, I put those holly leaves in the corner there, but they're not going to stay there. They're going to be moving. And here there's a candy cane, so I use that as a... I'm trying to use, like I said, I'm trying to use every sticker off this sheet if I can. And there's those little candy stickers, so I use those. And now I decided for sure that I'm going to use some of those word stickers, and I'm cutting apart the extra of the foam dot sheets. I'm using those to pop the stickers up. And I'm just playing around with the position of a couple of these stickers still, trying to figure out what I'm going to do. And I really enjoy fiddling and playing and just not having too much of a set, you know, plan, because I just kind of like going with the flow. That's my style. I'm not very good at planning things and most things. I just like to be creative on the spot. So that's what I do when I make my pages. And here I'm popping up the trees too. I like the dimension that it gives it. And I don't like wasting. You know, we spend a lot of money on these kits and supplies, so I'm trying to use them as much as possible. And that's why I'm cutting apart that foam dot adhesive leftover sheet. And that's why I also try to make as many layouts as I can using my kit right to the end. That way when I get new stuff, I'm using new stuff and I don't have a lot of things, a lot of supplies left, that are sitting there that I forget about that aren't going to get used. So here I am. I took that long sticker that was at the bottom of the sticker sheet and I'm trying to make it fit in the layout here. So I cut it apart in a few sections. It'll take me a little bit of time to figure out where I want to put it all. And what I did is at the ends, I cut around the snowflake so it looks like the sticker was only supposed to be that length, but it wasn't a big long sheet, a big long strip. I'm really liking how it's coming together, and so you can see that most of the red that I had added just for that pop color, it mostly gets all covered up, and you just see little bits of the red showing through. So once I get all my embellishments on there, there's not a lot left that's showing. And this is when I decide to move those holly leaves and berries, because I decided that I'm going to put that sticker with the little deer in the corner at the top. I thought matched perfectly with this photo since it's has my son who's a newborn and looked really cute. And now I'm just looking at the sticker sheet to see what else I can use. There's these tiny little button stickers of different colors, so I'm adding them here and there on the layout. Some of them putting them in a line and some in little clusters. But I'm going to use every single one of them. Every little button gets used. So there's not a lot left on my sticker sheet. I've used pretty much all that I can. Now I decided not to use the alphas that I showed at the beginning. And I took out these red, they're recollection alphas, and they're like a glittery red. So here I am getting all the letters. And my title is Our First Christmas. And this Christmas was our first year was challenging, having our first baby born, and just before Christmas, on Christmas Eve, my husband had appendicitis. So these these photos were taken a couple days before Christmas, after we put the Christmas tree up. And then on Christmas Eve, because we lived in a small town, we didn't have a very big hospital. He ended up being flown by helicopter ambulance to the nearest big hospital so that he could have emergency surgery because he had appendicitis. So, but, we made it through and he survived and we took good care of him, and, those are just, struggles that many people go through, throughout their lives. And here I'm just adding the dots to the eyes and the title. My husband and I have been married since 1995, 18 years. Here I'm just adding some wood veneer embellishments. These ones didn't come in the January kit. I didn't get the Christmas kit in December, but I had bought all the wood veneer. You can get them in a separate package. So I thought some of those would work perfectly on this layout. So those are, like I said, they're not from this kit. And that little deer, oh, it's so cute. And here I'm just going to add a little bit of black Heidi Swap mist. And I didn't want to put too much, just a little bit, just to say that I had put some on. I'll add a little bit of the detail, and here I am just drying it, making sure that I don't smear it because it is black. Just using my heat gun, which I bought on Kijiji, just like a secondhand. It's kind of like Craigslist. And here are my finished pictures, my still pictures. I'm all done. And I hope you liked my layout. And I think it turned out really cute. And I got to use up the last bits of my kit. Thank you very much for watching. And I don't know when I'll do the next video, but hopefully soon. Okay, thanks. Bye.